Widows, boys and girls, how are we all doing? Okay, so this start is a very different video, and it's turned into something completely different. I scrapped the original video, which was going to be a debunking, and it's on Moe Sargi. Now, everyone knows who Moe Sargi is. He's got like just short of 3 million subscribers, but he does have for entertainment purposes in his video description. Therefore, for the most part, negating most debunkers. I ain't one of those guys. For entertainment purposes only is a cop-out to get out of jail free card. I don't pay much attention to for entertainment purposes. Your video would have to say something along the lines of, this is a dramatic recreation, this video is embellished, or this video is fake. Like Tim Morozov does. He blatantly states, you know, this is a work of fiction. That I can completely ignore. In fact, I actually love watching Tim Morozov videos because he makes his fake ghost hunting videos better than anyone else. They are fantastic, and he's honest. I can get behind it, watch it like a movie, get a little bit scared. It's cool. So I started to watch this poltergeist house belonging to a jailed billionaire. And then I looked up the jailed billionaire, who is a guy called Peter Nygard. Now, Peter Nygard is an abhorrent human being. Absolutely abhorrent. His case bears a striking resemblance to Epstein. He had an island where he did horrible things to people. Quite a sensitive subject, something that I am uncomfortable approaching. There are some things that are just a step too far. Stuff involving kids, I don't like. Or the essays, you can't even say the word on YouTube. So we scroll down, and he's got my most popular videos. Life can be hard, depressing. I'm here to give you, basically, he gives a little pep talk. Haunted stuff, and then he says this video is for entertainment purposes. Do not attempt to recreate any of the acts in this video, as they may be dangerous if not done correctly and could result in serious injury. If you rely on the information portrayed in this video, you assume responsibility for the results. You know, he's washing his hands clean of everything. But then he links the property, featured place. Ooh, let's take a look, shall we? That's the poltergeist house, as in Poltergeist the movie. This house imploded in on itself after Graves shot out of the garden, and it was that didn't really happen. That was just for the movie. We all know it was just for the movie. Why has he linked that? Other than hoping that it'll drive in more traffic of fans of the Poltergeist movie. Moe and his crew walk around the house with the Spirit Talker app running. We all know my thoughts on apps. I'm going to be doing a deeper dive into apps in the coming weeks. I've bought a few apps to do some testing on. That's not what this is about. This isn't about the video being fake. This is about things like Moe Sargi and co walking around this house and saying, this house is abandoned. We got to keep the lights down. But when you watch the video, this place has power. They say it's got power. But this house doesn't look abandoned. It's clean. Nothing is boarded up. They say things like, we've got to keep the lights down because nosy neighbours were in a very rich area. It looks like a very rich house, fair, but none of the windows are boarded up, and this house has power. I mean, look, they got lights on there, but the curtains are drawn. Very thin curtains, but, you know, we can make an exception there. Curtains are drawn there, okay? But they've got a chandelier on, gap in the curtains. Neighbours, rich area, the police are on their way, you would assume. Do not open this front door, please. Very nice, very new looking sign. Now, why would this sign be on this door? Could it be that this house is in fact rented? Is there a reason why they don't actually give this address away and they link a fictional house instead? Now, as we can see, they've got lights on out there that are bleeding through. There is a house looking directly into this property. And they haven't closed the curtains. They've just got like these very thin, you can make out the outside world through it. And they got lights on everywhere. Not really how most people investigate abandoned.
Chandelier. I'm trying to keep my lights low. It is lit up a little bit, but you know, we don't want to get caught out here.
A little bit. There's like Blackpool Tower in there. The Eiffel Tower. All the lights are on. These are windows, and there's a chandelier on right next to these windows, and this is looking into the street. I think they're telling some porky pies here. I can't link this house. There are some images at the end. There is one shot at the end of this video of the outside of this house because they hear a siren and they're running away. I can't link that image to any property belonging to this Peter Nancy Nygard.
You guys hear that? Cop cars?
What? What? Shh.
Cop cars. I hear cop cars.
I hear a cop car about 80 miles away. It is a little sound way off in the distance, and they're like, yes, a cop car. We need to get out. And then slowly amble their way out, and then stop to film outside at the end.
Yeah, let's go. You actually fell down, huh?
This is the house that they are in. This is the outside of the house. I mean, they're so worried about the police coming that they actually stop to film the outside of the house and go in. I guess they'll hear those sirens. They're getting louder. They've boosted the audio. You can tell by the really loud hissing and all the rest of it. Now, they say this is for entertainment purposes, so they can get away with that, right? Now, we don't get to see much of the outside of this house, but this doesn't exactly look like a mansion. It doesn't look much of a mansion for a billionaire. It's a nice house. Is this a billionaire's mansion? I don't think so. Now, they can get away with all of that because of for entertainment purposes, but Moe says some things in this video that really rub me up the wrong way. For example, I have just tried to explain who Peter Nygard was and what he did, and I struggled to find words, and it was like, it's giving me the ick, and I'm a bit uncomfortable even saying it. And then Moe is just like so blasé and giggles after saying certain things. What's what I mean?
A video inside of a laundry room of an abandoned mansion, so cool, so awesome. I had to come and investigate at nighttime and explore it. I haven't been through the house just yet. I literally just started off here in the laundry room, and this place is abandoned, obviously, but it was owned by somebody really creepy, and I'll tell you guys more about that throughout this place. I've seen photos. It looks absolutely terrifying, like medieval Gothic style. I'm pretty sure the person that owned this place was into children at some point. There's a lot of creepy stuff.
He was into children at some point. Anyway, I know you may not want to dwell on the deep, dark, horrible, dank, nasty side of human nature, but Jesus, show a bit of compassion, will you? And he tells us whose house this is and shows a screenshot of this guy, but he doesn't actually link this property that he's in. And I fail to believe that with all of these lights on, that they're not supposed to be in there. They haven't had permission to be in there.
It's an abandoned house, obviously. Look at these chandeliers. Wow.
Abandoned house, obviously. Who's cleaning it? Because it's a very clean house. A very, very clean house. With power. This ain't abandoned.
This is definitely giving me creepy pedo vibes.
This really ornate door frame is giving him pedo vibes. Why? Apart from why, this is giving me pedo vibes. You may want to hold back or stifle the giggles when you're talking about such a horrible, horrible thing. What if one of the victims of this piece of shit watched your video? Maybe something happened to them in this property, and you're giggling. It gives me the ick. It's not the last time he does something like this, and where they've got a haunting for this place from, I have no idea. I mean, there's nothing. I've looked up this Peter Nygard. There is nothing about a haunting in any of his properties. In fact, yeah, this property, I can't find how it's linked, and the one that even looks strikingly similar was demolished in 2022. None of them look anything like this. I could be wrong. Because I don't want to keep opening pages up relating to one of them. Old Chuckles here. Having a good laugh at people's expense.
All right, so this mansion, by the way, it was owned by, I'm not sure if I can say it, it was owned by this Canadian billionaire, and he recently got caught being a pedo on his island, kind of like Epstein style island. This guy had an island as well where he was taking children to the island, and this is one of his many homes. We're in a very, very rich area. Like literally Drake's mansion is just next door, which is absolutely insane. So this was one of his many homes. He was really old. I think he's in jail now. Yeah, this guy's in jail. Pretty crazy. And now we're checking out one of his many abandoned homes. Now we don't have much time to film this because there are nosy.
No, they could be lying about this property being linked to him. It could actually be linked to him, but there's just very little information on the internet about this particular property. But there's just something off. It's abandoned, but there's power on. It's abandoned, but it is spotless. It's abandoned we've got all the lights on and we're looking out the windows with torches and nobody's called the police. And in a little while they say, you know, the police have been called. But the siren is a billion miles away and, you know, they rush to leave the house but stop to take some shots outside and talking about the police siren. It just all comes across as completely fictionalized.
Do you guys remember that room that we were in? This is what it looks like from above. It's such a weird room. Like, this kind of reminds me of like in the movies when you go to like a creepy pedo guy's house. This is what this room reminds me of. Really does.
I didn't realize that you could go to Home Depot or B&Q in the UK and go, where is the pedo decor section? Yes, red. Red. Screams nonce. While we're at it, we'll get some wood. Lots of wood, because nothing's... What are you on about, Moe Sargi? What in the fuck is this video about? This isn't an abandoned house. This looks like the sort of place you can rent. I mean, there's even signs telling you not to use the front door. Maybe because they don't want people disturbing the neighbours. But you've got to make out that it belongs to this guy. Maybe it does. Doesn't seem that way. Because there's a lot of information about this guy online and about his properties and where certain things happened. This house doesn't appear in any articles that I can find. I may be wrong. Or maybe this house belonged to him, but it wasn't linked to any of these cases, which is why I can't find anything. But you keep saying that word and then laughing. And then just to keep your core audience invested, you've linked the poltergeist house from a movie. And you see, there's poltergeist activity here. There's no reports of any poltergeist activity in any of this guy's houses. Why would there be? And basically, I skipped the entire investigation of this house because it was just... I got to a point where he said that word a few times and then laughed after it. And I'm like, this is just the poorest taste. Now, you don't have to show any respect for the guy that's in prison. Even if he'd passed away, you don't have to show him or his property any respect because scumbag, scum of the earth. But the victims, you have to show respect and compassion for victims of this man. When you're saying that word and you're giggling after it, when you're making jokes like, yep, this looks like a... Even if we take out the fact that there's no proof that this house belongs to this guy. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe they've just grabbed that story and attached it to this house. But even if they haven't, even if this house belongs to that guy, the ick factor I am getting is coming from every time he says that word, he giggles. Maybe it's because he's uncomfortable saying it. I don't know. If you're uncomfortable saying it, maybe don't make the video. And there's the whole thing with the police at the end that I've already shown. You know, oh, the sirens are coming. The sirens are miles away. They sound miles away. When you go outside, they're getting louder. No, you just cranked up the video. We can hear the white noise louder than anything else. But this is just in poor taste. There are victims of this man, and you call him what he is, and then giggle. That's not showing any respect to his victims. And that's where I am getting the ick factor from in this video. This is why I couldn't finish this video, why I meant to do this as a debunking video, saw the for entertainment purposes and was like, is it worth bothering? And then I get that word over and over, followed by a giggle. It's just, this is in really, really poor taste, and I really, really don't like it. There needs to be some compassion shown. If you're going to tackle such a abhorrent subject, maybe not, let's not giggle about it. Maybe not crack jokes. Maybe not be like, pedo wallpaper. Maybe not make jokes about the decor being linked to... It's just all in bad taste. I didn't like it. Didn't like anything about this video. Don't like the fact that none of what you're seeing can be linked to this property. Maybe you can, but I couldn't find it. And this seems like the type of thing that would be easily available given, you know, the crimes. Please leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, but please listen. Don't go to Moe Sargi giving him hate. Don't leave, like, really nasty comments in my comment section about Moe. You can have an opinion of why this is wrong if you think that this is wrong. You can have an opinion why it doesn't make any difference because it's probably not even the right house. Whatever. But don't give these people ammunition to say, look how toxic this community is because they've called me this, called me that, called me the other. We can have an adult discussion about why we think this is a whatever video. But we don't have to give these people ammunition to say, look how nasty the debunkers are, because we know we're not. The community knows we're not. We know the community is not. And there are people out there right now that are kind of gathering the troops and posting all over the place about how shite debunkers are, how nasty debunkers are, and all the rest of it, whilst being quite toxic and nasty themselves. Let's let them do what they want. Let them keep making these toxic, horrible, nasty comments. Let them keep shooting themselves in the foot because everything they're accusing us of doing, they are doing. We don't have to behave like them. And I am going to plug something here. 8 p.m. tonight, I'm going to be on the Paranormal Monkey Podcast. I'll leave a link in the description down below if you want to come and check that out. It's a great podcast. I watch it weekly, but they want me on as a debunker. And listen, I've seen other guests on there. They get a grilling. I'll get a grilling. It's a very open but friendly place with different opinions. People are in the comment section with very different opinions, but everybody's quite respectful. I've not really ever seen it kick off over there, so I hope you check that out at 8 p.m. tonight. There'll be some community posts about it too. Much love to you all. Beardo out.